My name is Bryan Adams. I'm an Iraq war veteran, and I suffered with post-traumatic stress disorder for several years. PTSD is a normal reaction to an abnormal circumstance, and that it's something that many people experience, both military and non-military. I was serving as a sniper while in Iraq, and I was on a mission one day called Observation Post, and what you do is you set up, inside of an old abandoned building, or sometimes the buildings are occupied, but you monitor an area, that has suspected enemy activity in it. And we were on one of these observation posts one day. It was in an abandoned hotel, and we got the order to break down. We were there for about 16 hours. And it was time to return to our base, and there was no one there to give us a ride. There was no Humvees available, so we had to walk back in. Immediately there was people starting to clear out, which is usually a really bad sign. It's an indicator that something's about to happen, because they know, when the insurgents are in the neighborhood usually, and they don't want to be involved in whatever's about to happen. And I remember I looked to my right, and I saw these two kids sitting on the curb, and their eyes were as big as dinner plates. And they just had this terrified look on their face. And I was thinking in my mind, something's about to happen. And I took about 5 more steps, and there was just gunfire. I mean, it was really loud, very, very close. And it felt like somebody ran up and tried to kick my leg out from under me. The whole time I was running, there was bullets, hitting the wall next to me, and I could feel the heat, and I could taste the concrete from the wall going into my mouth. And I just kept running, and I got around the corner eventually, and I was looking at my friend, and I was like, I think I just got shot in the leg. That's when it started to hurt. And my friends applied first aid to me, and then I was medevaced out of the danger zone. I think the most important tool is just the fact that, I wasn't the only person that was going through this, and the fact that I realized that, I put a name on, some of the things that were going on in my life. It gave me a direction to move in, or to move towards. So it wasn't just I was treading water, I was actually kind of swimming towards a destination, which was my own recovery. I became involved in a student veterans group there, and I really began to enjoy just doing positive things to try to make the veteran transition better, and try to educate other veterans on some of the potential pitfalls that are out there for us. So for me, it was mainly that interaction. The military community is a very macho community. It's, weakness is not valued, especially in the infantry. It's, you want to act as a cohesive unit, and you don't want to be ostracized in any way, so you don't want to show weakness. So I think for me, I just thought that I would overcome it eventually, or that it wasn't really, as serious as it actually was. So it definitely acted as a barrier. You don't want to be that guy who's crying, or who can't handle, what's going on. What I realized was that, it takes more strength to honestly and objectively look at yourself, in the mirror, and recognize that, you can't do it on your own. What I think helped me overcome, my own stigmas was just I became aware of what was going on with myself, and I chose to focus on that instead of, exert my energy outward in the hopes that, there would be some type of resolution. My ideal audience would be anyone who is in a position to make positive change regarding either mental health or veterans issues. Veterans coming back may not necessarily be in that position immediately, but we are in the position to influence people who, can have an impact on our lives and the lives of returning veterans that have gone before us and will come after us.